Guys, I want to welcome you here today to the Autoseum. We've got a class going on inside. It's the first class. I want you to come and check it out. And I want you to tell everybody what's happening at the Autoseum.
Sounds good.
Can't wait to see it.
We're in for this, boy, oh boy. Let's go.
All right, we're going inside now. Andy's in there teaching. Let's go in and check it out.
Life that we have and how they make product. Your Coke bottles, your glasses, and of course, all the items that are used on custom cars. And of course, as you well know, we build a lot of custom cars with special effects. And that happens to be the main feature of the movie, like in Knight Rider.
Person right
Hey,
here.
good morning, guys.
Hey,
It's
how
great
are
to
you?
see you. Come to visit? How you doing?
We came to learn a little something too.
How you been?
Hey.
You good?
Yeah.
So we don't want to interrupt the class.
Right,
You're
right,
gonna
right.
Watch you.
Well, you
You're
gonna
gonna
learn
go.
something? You're just here to goof off.
We're just here, well, you know we have no class. So
Right.
we need all the class we can get, basically.
Okay. So we were telling everybody that the
We're gonna
products
try
that we're gonna be teaching.
to get all you students to be able to customize a car and build product for other purposes. Maybe you want to make a drinking glass, or perhaps you have an interest in making some kind of a fancy door on your house. So all of those things are possible from the classes that we're going to be teaching. So we're going to start out by teaching a little bit about mold making, because mold making leads itself into bigger and better things every day. One of the things we're going to be teaching is how to work with plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is a product that's used as a mold. Many other things that we're going to be teaching us, like I said, the silicone molds making and how we make one or two piece molds so that we can make parts front and back, not just one side. Clay is a big feature, and we sculpture with clay a lot in the industry, and this is a clay that's used for sculpturing. Of course, there's other types of clay which are used for larger product, like a car body. If we're going to sculpture an entire car body, sometimes we use a special clay which is heated up in an oven and put on a car and gets a little hard, and then we can sculpture it. There is other types of plastic that we're going to be teaching, and that's a plastic pellet system, which is good for making toy models or toy statues. And many people think that it has to be injected molded. Well, they make a plastic that comes in a pellet form that we can warm up to 140 degrees in a pot, and it actually becomes something like a clay, or you can heat it a little longer and it becomes more like a plastic liquid, and it hardens in 25 minutes. We're going to be teaching sculpturing. The sculpturing of plaster of Paris is my favorite, but of course we'll teach a little bit of clay sculpturing. We also have how the clay sculpture or clay mold making is used, and I took an impression of a hinge off of a toy vehicle, and we poured plaster of Paris into it, and you got the hinge, and it comes right out of the plate. We poured into it, and then you can take the hinge out after it dries. These are all the things that you're going to learn in the class. Hopefully, we will teach you even further and go into the latest technology, and that's the computer graphics and stereolithography and 3D printing, which is the next step after you learn how to do it by hand. The classes that we have are also classes that will extend itself into some of the custom welding that's necessary in building a car, and mounting the product that you make after you sculpture it out of balsa wood or plaster of Paris or clay, and you made a mold, and after you got the part, you have to mount it on the car. We're going to teach you how to mount it properly, how it gets to be the feature of the car. many of the features, like I said, end up becoming so attractive to the car that the car becomes the star of the show. And those things are necessary in developing a great looking custom car. And that's what the class is all about.
Hey, well, that was it. That was our overview of our first class.
Very informative
Here at the Autoseum.
So these are the things that you could learn right here at the Autoseum. Things like what we've just seen in the teachers.
Yeah, that's the beginning. What he's teaching you is the beginning of customizing. You have to start at the bottom, and then at the end, you're going to get products like this, the XXX car, the breast cancer car bill, the Dragula from the Munsters.
That's great. I can't wait to see where this is going to go, Chris.
It is amazing to see actually the teachings in action and the results right here in front of us.
That's what it's all about, because it's hard to understand when you're building something. If you see what you can accomplish at the end, at the beginning, that's what's going to get you excited. That's going to keep you interested and get you wanting to do it.
See the beginning, see the end.
All here at the Autoseum.
All here at the Autoseum.
That's great. The Teaching Museum, the Autoseum,
That's it.
right here.
Come on down.